Hello, everybody. AC here, and welcome to another terrible theory. Uh, I know last time I made a video about Age of Calamity, I said it would be the last time, but I forgot that I still needed to make this video, talking about the Age of Calamity DLC. I am one of those people that truly believes there's going to be DLC for this game. There has to be. However, I feel a bit differently about the DLC than most people. Most people think that the DLC is just going to include 4 characters, being Astor, Suga, Robbie, and Pura, and make them playable. Most people think that that's all it's going to be. I think it's a bit more than that. I really do think it's going to be a bit more than that. This video, I'm just going to explain exactly what I think is going to be part of the DLC. So let's go ahead and get started. So I think the DLC is going to be split up into 2 parts. There's going to be 2 DLCs for this game. The first DLC will have those 4 characters become playable, yes, but I think that there will be one more character that will become playable in that first DLC, and that will be Harbinger Ganon, Dark Terrico, because Harbinger Ganon does have a different moveset than Terrico has. They fight very differently from each other, so they could and should be considered as two separate characters, 2 separate entities that you could potentially play as. I believe that Harbinger Ganon will be another playable character. The reason why we haven't gotten any voice clips of Harbinger Ganon is because Harbinger Ganon doesn't have a voice. But I do believe that Harbinger Ganon will be a playable character in the game, in the first DLC pack. And I believe it's going to be those 5. Along with those 5 characters, I believe there will be a short 4 to 5 mission, a short 4 to 5 set of missions, where we focus on how the villains teamed up, how they came to be working together like this, and how Astor found Harbinger Ganon in the first place. I believe we're going to get a short DLC story about that, similar to how we got Sia's story in the original Hyrule Warriors. There was a DLC where we had Sia's story, and it was a prequel to the events of the main game. I believe we're going to get something similar here. As far as Robbie and Pura goes, I believe that they will be people you fight against as these villains. You will end up fighting against Robbie and Pura, and after defeating them in those missions, they become playable. So I believe that is going to happen. That the first DLC pack will be pretty substantial. That it's going to be 5 characters and a set of 4 or 5 missions, maybe 6 at the most. Six missions at the most. I don't imagine it will be any more than that. But at the very least, it's going to be 4 missions. And I believe that along with the release of DLC Pack 1, we will get a few more missions, having a few more like side quests having to do with all the new characters to level them all up. to level them all up and everything. And we will also get the ability to level up each of the characters from level 100 to level 150. I believe it will go up to level 150. And I believe that it will allow you to get from uh, 33 hearts to 39 hearts. That you're going to be able to go up to 39 hearts instead of the 33 hearts that you have after completing the base game. It will go up to 39 hearts after the first DLC. And I believe that there will be a second DLC. What will this second DLC include? Well, it will include a few new characters, and I'll get to who I think those new characters will be here in just a second. But along with them, we will get more character-based side quests to level up and upgrade those 3 characters that I imagine will come to the game, and the ability to level up your character's hearts from 39 to 45. So we will get 3 entire rows of hearts for this game. Now, who are the 3 characters I believe will come in DLC Pack 2? I believe that it will be Cass from Breath of the Wild, Paya from Breath of the Wild, and Kilton, also Breath of the Wild. I believe that these 3 characters will be coming to the game. Kilton, we already have voice clips from him in Age of Calamity. During the missions where you are trading monster parts, you can hear him speak. You can hear Kilton's voice. So we know that he already has voice clips in the game. So him being brought in as a playable character is incredibly possible. And I imagine if he does get brought in, he'll probably be a joke character, similar to Tingle was in the original Hyrule Warriors. Tingle was very much a joke character, but I think that Kilton is going to fill that role as the joke character. And as far as Paya and Cass goes, Cass could possibly use his musical instrument to whack people with, and maybe even do spin kicks or something. They can do stuff interesting with him. And then Paya, as far as what I think Paya could possibly have, I believe Paya will most likely have the ancient weapons, because we have yet to see anyone use those. We have yet to actually see anybody use the ancient sword, or the saw blade, or the axe, or anything like that. I believe we're going to see Paya using the ancient weapons, the ancient Sheikah technology, instead of using regular Sheikah weapons. I believe that would be very. I believe that would be very interesting to see her using those weapons and interacting with her grandmother, who is using typical Sheikah weapons. I think that there would be a lot. I think there's a lot of potential for really amazing dialogue with something like that. So I think that she will be using those kinds of weapons. As far as Kilton, my guess is it's probably going to be the hammer. The monster hammer that you can buy from Kilton. I believe that that's going to be his weapon. He'll have the monster hammer. And I believe that that's just going to be his main weapon. And I believe that along with all of this, we will also get another mini story. This one will most likely be again 4 to 6 levels at most. Um, but I think that we are going to get a little sneak peek to Breath of the Wild 2. I believe that DLC 2 is going to come out after uh, the release date reveal of Breath of the Wild 2. And that this DLC's release will give us a little taste, a little snippet of what we can of the kind of story and the kind of story and the kind of characters we can expect to see in Breath of the Wild 2, and possibly even a little snippet of the kind of enemies we can expect to see. I believe that we will get. I believe that we will get DLC 2 as a precursor to Breath of the Wild 2, possibly taking place in the same time as Breath of the Wild, and most likely taking place like after the events of Breath of the Wild. And you'll get to play as Link and Zelda. You'll get to play as Link and Zelda and the new champions, and then these 3 new characters. That is very possible. Or the other route they could take is these 3 characters end up coming back into the past, but accidentally wind up bringing along with them a bunch of enemies from what we can expect in Breath of the Wild 2. So things like Redeads and Tektites, and werewolves and stuff like that. We'll be able to expect to see stuff like that in the second DLC in one form or another. Either these characters come to the past somehow and bring those monsters along with them by accident, or it takes place after the events, or the DLC takes place after the events of Breath of the Wild, and we get to play as all the characters that are still there, that are still around. I believe that is going to be what DLC Pack 2 is. It's going to be a precursor to Breath of the Wild 2. As far as when we will get the DLCs, I believe that DLC 1 will be announced here within the next couple of months and released shortly after. Most likely within a month after its reveal. And then DLC Pack 2 will be revealed sometime during the summer and released sometime in the fall prior to Breath of the Wild 2. Prior to Breath of the Wild 2's release, we'll get the DLC revealed and released. That way, both DLCs for Age of Calamity come out, and people get to play them before Breath of the Wild 2 comes out. I believe that this is what we're going to get for the DLC. And along with the release of DLC 2, we will I believe we will get more information, and possibly after completing everything for DLCs 1 and 2, we get a little sneak peek, maybe a secret movie that shows what we saw in the trailer, but with dialogue. So we actually see what Zelda is talking about, and then have the secret ending end with them stumbling across Ganondorf's corpse. And that's where the secret ending ends, with them coming across it. That the secret ending of the second DLC will be the opening scene of Breath of the Wild 2. That would be pretty cool. I don't know if they'll do that. I certainly hope they will. I'm not entirely sure though, on that one. But I feel pretty confident in saying that there's going to be 2 DLCs for Age of Calamity. The first one talking about the first one bringing in 5 characters: Astor, Suga, Robbie, Pura, and Harbinger Ganon, and bringing in a story about how the villains teamed up in the first place, and allowing all the characters to go to up to level 150 and get to 39 hearts. Then DLC 2, bring in Paya, Cass, and Kilton, and allow each character to go to level 245 hearts, along with a story that gives us a little taste, a little snippet of what we can expect from Breath of the Wild 2. Whether it be giving us hints at what the story might be, or showing us some of the new enemies that are going to be in Breath of the Wild 2. We're going to get some kind of snippet or hint at Breath of the Wild 2 in the second DLC. That is what I believe will be the DLC of Age of Calamity. What do you guys think? Do you think that we could get 2 DLCs? Do you want to see Paya, Cass, Kilton, Harbinger Ganon all in the game? Or do you just want the 4 that we already have voice clips of in the game's files? Let me know in the comment box below. I'd love to keep the conversation going with all of you. Tune in in just a little bit, because I have one more video that I want to record for you guys today. Something that I've been kind of wanting to do for a while now. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video. So thank you everybody so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care, everybody.